All right, I think we're live here. It's been a while since I've done a stream. Had to like refresh myself on how to get all this up again. Okay, live on YouTube, live on Twitch. Good to go. All right, so I've been waiting for a while to do this project. Been waiting for Grok 3 to become available via API, so I'm pumped. So, yeah, starting from scratch, I basically just want to kind of like give Grok the reins here. I'm going to build this in Ruby because that's what I know best, and that way I can assist Grok here as it needs it. But yeah, let's get started. I don't know, what should I call it? So it's a Grok TUI. So let's just call it Grok TUI. TUI as in terminal user face, right? So did I have that already? So I had a version that I created under with Grok 2, and it really sucked because I didn't know how to use API or the AI, what do you call it, function calls and everything. Plus this Grok 2 just wasn't good at coding, so let's go like this. Actually, you know what? Okay. Show the screen again. There we go. All right, so let's do this again here. Okay. Yeah, let's go chat with Grok here. All right, so basically, like, I want to set this up so it's like a Claude Code. Now, I haven't actually used Claude Code. I've just kind of watched the demos. I want it to be like Claude Code. I want it to work well as a chat assistant, though, too. So, because I use NeoVim, and I want to be able to have like a project open. So say I have like my NeoVim project open here. Let's just go create our first file like this, and this is it. And then let's say I have another, not a tab, another pane open. I kind of want to like run it like this. So I would have one pane dedicated to this Grok TUI and the other pane to NeoVim. So that's kind of my plan here. So with that said, part of what I want is I want it to function like a AI chat. I want it to be able to edit code for me. I want it to be able to view my entire code base. And that's going to take probably a lot of iterations to see how that all works with the context tokens or whatever it's called. So yeah, let's start here. So let's try and give some good prompts to Grok. Okay, so Grok, I'm building a terminal-based AI assistant powered by Grok 3 beta, which is now available via the AI API. Okay, let's go to dark mode first of all. This is way too bright. What else here? So the concept of it is these main things. A chat that allows me to chat with Grok about coding questions and allows Grok to provide me with code that I can copy and paste or implement into my code bases. What else? It will have the ability to edit files directly. You know what? Let's just start with these two things. Let's tackle the chat first. And then once that's nice and clean, we'll move on to giving Grok the ability to edit files. Let's say I work primarily with Ruby, so let's use that. I'm good with using gems as necessary. Actually, you know what? I'm good with using gems if necessary, but let's lean towards writing. Let's towards avoiding them if not needed. Okay. What else? Okay, that's a decent start. Let's start with that. All right. Let's build a terminal-based AI assistant in Ruby, blah, blah, blah. Create a Ruby script, yes. Set up a terminal-based conversational loop. Yes, I have an API key. All right, let's copy this. What did it call the file? It called it... Did it even give it a name here? grokchat.rb. grokchat.rb. Oops. Copy that. Paste that. All right. We don't need this for now. I'm going to set up a API key file, a config file. Let's go to config. Let's go there. Let's call this Grok TUI. And then we'll go touch API key. Oops. Grok TUI there. API key. Okay. Now I hide this for a moment. Okay, I think we're good there. Okay, so let's just tell Grok. Okay, so say I set up a config file at /grok TUI /API key that contains the API key. So I wanted this up to the point where I can let it start trying to work on itself. That's where this kind of gets fun. All right. Is that the right endpoint? Let's go to Grok. V1 chat /completions. V1 chat /completions. Good. I need to turn this, usually I have my, what do you call it? Rubicop set up using Ruby on Rails rules. This is like going off on everything right now. Okay, so let's try it out, I guess. How to use it. Yes, we have the key in place. Example interaction. So we just need to run the file. What's it saying here? Hello there. Let's see if this works. Okay, so we're connected. That was easy. Do you see this code base? No. All right, yes, that's working, but let's do some more with this first. I'd like this to function more like an actual chat interface with the input at the bottom and messages showing in a conversation. Nah, not conversation. Messages showing above. I also want to be able to support syntax highlighting. What else? But let's address the UI first. Okay, so that's working. That's not really what I want, though. Let's make this look. Okay, that's working, but let's make it look better. We can use we can use gems for this portion if needed. right. That's our first error. Grok's done pretty good so far. Line 136. Kind of load such file, TTY screen. Don't know what's referencing that. Okay, well, let's just... Oh, Mr. Gems. Okay. Let's try that again. Okay. Hello there. That's looking decent. I'll want to be able to easily copy and paste text. So don't put messages in line with the sender. I mean, I can go make that change probably pretty easy here. Let's go. Here's you. It's kind of cool that it's actually given a preview what it's going to look like. Okay, let's just let Grok handle it here. Grok's doing good. It's actually made no mistakes so far. The only error we got was when I didn't follow the instructions and install the gems. Okay, so let's do that. Let's exit. Let's get back in. Say hello there. Okay. 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 Okay, that's along the lines, but it needs some cleanup. There's too much space under the sender's name and then the message, and then not enough space between the end of the message and the next sender's name. Let's also scrap the thing that's serving as like a quotation box, quotation line thing. Okay, let's see. Okay, now some more gems here. First mistake from Grok, maybe. Oh, I see. All right, well, I shouldn't have. Let's just do this here. I think I see P Roy. I think you meant pastel there, Grok. Yeah. All right, first biff by Grok. Hello there. That's better, much better. Just testing out a new terminal-based chat interface with you. It's looking pretty good so far. Okay. Okay, what happens? Yeah, so we did some breaking, we adjust it, but that's because we're changing it after the screen size, after it's loaded. So if we go smaller, we'll probably get, yeah. It's based on the size that it is when it starts. All right. Okay, so what do we want to do next here? Let's get it to be able to read some code. Other than one typo, that's perfect, and it's looking good. You had P-Roy instead of pastel. I fixed that. Why are you giving this to me again? Don't do that. Stop. All right. Okay, so I stopped you there because I want to do something else next. Let's clean this up. Rather than one file with the script, let's break this up a bit. Provide some suggestions for file structure. So this is going to grow. So let's go with what would I do here? I would do API client. Chat controller is good. Config loader, terminal renderer. Yeah, I like that. Toaster with number 2. You know what? Let's commit this first. Working. Let's call it initial. Oh, come on. Oh, for crying out loud. Okay. Where were we? So, bins slash Grok TUI.rb. No, that's not what I want. I want that. And Grok TUI.rb. Paste. What the heck? All right. Version RB. Oh, it wants it in. Okay, so let's create a Grok TUI. What was that? It's config loader. Config loader.rb. Paste. And what did it want? So it's no. Okay, we had it right so far, except for version. So let's grab this, throw that over here. Config loader. Okay, now Grok TUI API client. Terminal renderer. Let's go right all. Chat controller. Sure, we'll start with a README. Okay. Let's test it out. There we go. Hello. Cool. Yeah. Before we go on to other things, let's... Okay, so keep this conversational. You're spitting out lots of stuff that's going too far ahead for where we are. Next thing I want to do is provide Grok TUI with access with the files in files within the project directory. Yes, I want it to read the files. I want it to be able to read all files within the code base in order to be able to answer questions about it. Grok is very talkative tonight. He usually doesn't like spit out all this extra. Okay, so it says, here's how I'm imagining this could fit into your workflow. Let me blah. You type something like, what's the API class about? Yeah. How should Grok access files? Should it preload all files, contents when the app starts? Read everything? Yes. Or read on demand when you ask a question. Okay, so that's where we get into this context issues. So these are good questions because this is where these AI assistants have issues. If we load the entire code base, then usually the assistant struggles due to context overload. So we need to implement a good solution for that. One thought I have is to on load, create a temp, just scan it every time then. So like what it should do is it should actually write like a hidden file to the project directory that's, I don't know, something called the Grok TUI summary or something like that. And that will produce a summary. Okay, well, let's say on load is that when we load a project for the first time, it will create a file, something like in the project root, where it will store a summary of the project structure with an explanation of what files do what. This will be used by the assistant to determine what files are needed for specific questions. For example, let's say I say, let's change this. Let's say I have a to-do list project code base. And I say to the assistant, let's add a, I don't know, description column to the description field to the to-dos. It would the assistant would reference the we then take 2 steps. The assistant would reference the project structure summary and determine what files are relevant to the question. The assistant would then return a function call, which then a tool call, which then requests the application to return the relevant file. Yeah, that's right. To return the relevant files. Grok TUI would then send the relevant files. The assistant would then be able to make, would then receive the files for whatever it's doing or answering. What do you think? Okay, let's see if it's understanding. It says, blah, 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 blah. The force of process you outlined was practical and keep the chat conversational. Yeah. On first load, scan Grok TUI and create Grok TUI with a summary. Yes. So it says, thanks for clarifying. That's a super important detail. Grok TUI is the AI assistant app itself. Yes, exactly. Your goal is for Grok to read files in those project directories, understand their structure. The Grok TUI idea and force of process are meant to help Grok handle any code bases you pointed at, avoiding context overload. Yes, that makes total sense and gives us a clear picture. It's about making Grok TUI a flexible coding assistant for any project. Yeah. Let's keep this conversational. Oh my gosh, you don't have to say that every time. And zoom in on how to make Grok read and understand files and external code bases using Grok TUI summary idea. I'll reflect on your to-do example and the process you outlined will shape it to fit. Man, it's just like regurgitating these, for some reason, these things. Okay. You want Grok TUI to read files in any project. Yes. Create a Grok TUI file. All right. So yes, we'll run it from the project root. We should generate the Grok TUI if it doesn't exist. So it should have a check in place to see if it exists. It should scan all files, not all files except those in git ignore. Yeah, I'm good with YAML for it as well. So a lot of changes, Grok. All right. Okay, unchanged. Grok TUI RB. Project scanner. So we're gonna put this in lib Grok TUI project scanner.rb. Okay. API client. Chat controller. Unchanged, unchanged. Unchanged, unchanged. README. I mean, whatever, but. All right, let's give it a shot here. There's a lot of changes. I don't know how it's thinking that's going to work. That's not going to work. No, it gives me instructions here. Okay. All right, usage, blah, blah, blah. Test on a project, yes. We'll use it in Grok 2 itself. So let's set this up. Then okay. Can you see this project's files? It's taking longer this time. All right, awesome. Appears to be a Ruby-based project named Grok 2, which seems to be a terminal-based user interface, possibly for interacting with some kind of chat or API service, blah, blah, blah. Cool. Yeah, we should ignore all git we should ignore dot files except for git ignore. We want to use that to identify any other files, directories that should be skipped. Yeah, I think it's still... All right, so it says here how I see this working. First scan checks for Grok TUI. If none, scan files. Yes. For each file, read contents, send it Grok. Get response. Yes. Concern AP calls for each file could be slow. 11 files. Okay. Want a batch approach. Now let's do each we want to keep this context thing clean. We want to keep the context overload minimal. So let's go one file at a time, even though it's slow on the first run. Yeah, detecting updates. Well, we could do that based on, that's going to get a little bit complicated here. We could do it based on when file is updated. Probably should do that. No, because if I manually update a file, Yeah, so we need a yeah, let's keep a stored time. Rescanning for updated file, redo contents, update this files. Chat flow. See how long this takes here. Okay. Wasn't too bad. Nice. Sweet. does look fantastic. I agree, Grok. You're doing good. Real good. Like, Claude and Chat GPT would be choking on this so hard right now. Grok is pretty killer. All right. Yeah, let's run some questions. What does this code base do? Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. I like it a lot. All right, what next here? See, the problem is this thing's been creating all my code for me, so I don't even know what does what. I don't even know what to ask it. Let's ask Grok what to ask it. I asked it what the code base does, and it gave me a detailed, very good answer. What other questions should I ask it? Good question. What's the main flow of the app? What's the main flow of the app? Slow. I'd like to know how many API calls are happening on that. User runs Grok TUI, load API key. Man, this is slick. This is slick. Look how nice it's structuring it too. This is sweet. I'm gonna have to make a NeoVim plugin for this so that I can go back and forth and just go in and highlight and then copy code easily. 100%. really curious how many tokens this is using every time. That was fast. Okay, cool. Oh, we're not providing the code. Okay. All right, that's working excellent. Next, we need to actually supply it with code, relevant code. So when asking a question, it should determine what files are needed. To look at. Provide a function call to request those, and then Grok TUI sends it back. Looks good to me. Post code changes, we'll tweak. Okay. Update it to prompt Grok for file relevance. API client. API client. Okay. What else? Loop on tool calls. What is that? Chat controller. It's not running it in. Okay, good. So what question did I ask it? It was, yeah. Okay. Sweet. Oh, no, it hasn't. Here's what I got back. Yeah, but it's not, it's just asking for the tool. So you're not understanding Grok here. Okay. Yes, that's right. Okay, good. So it understood that. Yes, it needs to loop back, add a fallback if no tool call. Because right now it's like, ask Grok. Grok says, okay, I need these files. And then we might or might not be sending it back. And then I should add some debugging lines here so that, or some output here so that we can see what's actually happening. Okay, so we're updating chat controller. Let's commit this. I don't know, what was this? This was tool call first try. We're updating chat controller. Chat controller. No, that's not what I want. Crap. Crap. It hit enter too, so now it's hanging up. All right, forget that. Get out of here. Oh, we're not looping this, are we? It's crashed. Okay, close it. As it uses up all my tokens, my credits. All right, so we need to protect it as like infinite loops here. So I think that was infinite looping back to Grok. Let's try it one more time. and ask the question properly this time. Okay, so we shouldn't hit output until after the tool call. Okay, good. Okay, so that worked decently. Ran into a weird... No, I don't want to tell Grok that. Okay, no, it didn't work decently at all. Okay, so we are outputting the response before the tool too early. The flow should be question. Grok determines what files are needed, if any, responds with tool call. Tool call response sends files back to Grok. Grok responds based on the files and the original question. Output to terminal. It looks like this is currently happening. UI is not perfect. Okay, let's see how this one works. Okay, so the UI still sucks because it's like cutting off part of the answer. I don't want to see the tool call. Tool calls should never be displayed to the user. All right, let's see here. What's with Grok and vibe? Is this because we're vibe coding? Blech. Oh, come on. Am I gonna have to step in, Grok? Come on. I made it an over conversational monster by saying, let's make this conversational and talk about things before proceeding. Now it just talks about things and still updates the code. But gives me all this other blabber. Come on. You're still showing the tool call. And you're outputting. Oh, okay. So, this is where I think when we get to this point in the context of this chat, like I need to open a new chat window with Grok, I think. And this is where it's like, I want to be able to provide it with all the files. Let's, oh man. What to do next year? Because it's gonna just keep banging its head like this, and I'm gonna start banging my head on the keyboard. So, do I need to probably start looking at this code here and see what's going on, or if I start a new chat and then like upload all the files to it and start a new chat with fresh context window for Grok because it's not handling things well right now. I need to go to the bathroom first. I'm gonna do that. Well, let's take a look at this. Let's see what our descriptions are. Okay. Ruby script sets up the load path, blah, blah, blah. Okay. While defines Grok 2 modules. Okay, so the API client defines a Ruby module Grok 2 with a class. The client interacts with the XAI API to facilitate chat completions using the Grok 2 embedded module. Handles API requests with authentication, includes methods. Today, chat controller. This file defines chat controller class within the Grok 2 module that manages a terminal-based chat interface, handling user input, interacting with the API. Config loader, project standard. This file defines a project standard class within the. Okay. So the processing question. Got a loop here. I don't know about looping. So process question. Our loop is here. So why do we have two loops? So it's just like set up to keep. Is it just set to just keep looping? Jeez. Holy smokes, man. Okay. Man, when you look at this, it's like, should just, sometimes you just need to do stuff yourself. So this is kind of stupid. It's 5 steps. Whoops. What? Yeah, so really, like as much as Grok is awesome and probably one of the best AIs at coding, this is such a stupid implementation. So it's designed to keep the terminal tap alive, continuously prompting for user input. Okay, well maybe it's not. Maybe it understands something I don't. After each input, the app would process one question and exit. Oh, I see. All right. Yes, I would wait for input. Okay, so are you saying the user would need to restart Grok TUI if we don't loop? No. Okay, I guess it knows more than me here. Okay, that's fair. So the problem is actually returning the tool call. I think so. Like that's the code block or whatever. Unless it's because I'm asking about it in its own app. No, it's saying it's trying to retrieve it. So are you even changing anything, Grok? I don't know. So I should check for tool call. Is it performing another response? Yeah, okay, so okay. Time to step in. I need to add in debugger gem. One last try, Grok. So it's probably not even including a tool. That's the problem. It's not even making a tool call. I should have done this a long time ago. Yeah, so it's not properly. Okay, where are our tools defined? Ah, they're not even defined anywhere. No, that's wrong. Hey. Oh my goodness. Yeah, duh. Duh. Yes, I understand all that. Give me the code. API client. Yes. Now let's double check these changes here. You didn't define them at all, did you? Putting it in here? Why? Oh my goodness. This is where it's like, I should just do this myself. We should just include the tools available in all request Grok. Frick. I want to start a new chat with Grok here, but then to re-explain everything. Okay, whatever, I'm fine with that. Let's go. All right, cool. We got tool calls. Now, let's see if it's looking the right place for this. Okay. Yes. So we got that. Okay, so it's looking the wrong place for the tool call. It's tool calls. So it should be message data tool calls, I think. There we go. Calls. So that's gonna fail here. Let's try this again with those latest changes. Show me. Next. So this should, there we go. Okay, we're erroring. And our issues probably to do right here. So let's just go tool calls. Okay. Something's wonky here. Yeah, I don't know what it's doing there. That's crazy. Crazy. Let's do this. So it's like just guessing on what's happening here, and it's just putting all these fallbacks, but like, let's just figure out what's actually the way to do it. Oh my goodness. What a disaster. Like, this code is so bad. This is why vibe coding does not work. Like, whatever the heck that crap is, you gotta pay attention to what code is being created. Okay, so next. Tool calls. Okay, so what do we need to look at here? We need to look at function. No, we need to go through. So we're gonna loop through it. Now we're probably only ever gonna get one. So let's get this working by going like this. Tool calls. Oh, and I know by experience that Grok does not handle multiple tool calls well at all for actually just processing it. ChatGPT works flawlessly, but not Grok. Even Grok 3. All right, so oops. All right, so we're going like this, and that gets us the name. Then we're get arguments. My goodness. Or else to parse it. Okay. I really need to get rid of this Rubocop. It's gross. I need to set up some definitions. Let's do that real quick here. Ruby on Rails RoboCop rules. What is it called again? Omakase, I think that's what it is. Yeah. No, it's not working. I haven't had to set it up on my own project in a while. Oh, that would help. Oh, .yaml, okay. Is that right? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's go like that. There we go. That's better. Okay, where was I? Like, we don't even really need that because we're only doing the one function call at this point. That might change though, so. Oh, I hate a lot of this code. Hate it. Hate it. Call Grok. Ugh. All right, let's run and see what we get here. Okay, this thing's made a royal mess out of a lot of this here. I think we're gonna call it a night. I might plug away a bit on this on my own, but I'm almost regretting letting it go this far on its own because it's just made a mess. So much of this is just dumb. I mean, it got pretty far on its own. It did a really good job up until this function call stuff. And I wonder if I should just revert. We'll see. I'm going to look at the Git history and see if I should just revert its changes. Yeah. All right, I'm done.